Here are some changes that I noticed when I quit drinking that came about solely because I stopped consuming poison. Like, I made no effort whatsoever other than putting the bottle down. First one, and this is a big one, my anxiety. When I was drinking, I just assumed I was someone who just had chronic anxiety and I had to drink in order to be able to deal with my anxiety. Well, when I quit drinking within the first couple weeks, that theory was proved to be false because alcohol really was the culprit. Because within the first 2 weeks, the amount of anxiety I had was literally cut in half compared to what it was back when I was drinking. And by 30 days of not drinking, my anxiety was almost non existent, to the point that the little bit of anxiety that I did have, it was so much more manageable because I had a rational mind. And I didn't start any new medications for anxiety. I didn't seek out therapy specifically for anxiety. No, it literally pretty much went away because I stopped drinking poison. Sleep, that was another one. Of course, I assumed I just had insomnia and I needed to drink in order to be able to sleep. And that's where alcohol is such a scam, because we think it helps us sleep when the science behind it is alcohol actually disrupts your sleep. It stops you from going into a restful, deep sleep. So therefore, it's not helping you sleep. All it does is help you to pass out into an unconscious state where you wake up not even feeling rested. Well, the sleep didn't happen right away when I first quit drinking. That took time. But within probably about 12 to 21 days, I started sleeping like a baby. And that, again, that was literally because I stopped consuming poison and my body learned to fall asleep naturally and actually stay asleep. And I woke up in the morning feeling much more rested, which in turn gave me more energy and more motivation and less depression. I actually woke up in the morning and wanted to wake up and drink coffee and get things done and not just loathe in my bed feeling anxious and depressed and sorry for myself, throwing a pity party. And all around, I just started to feel more in control of my emotions. I just felt more solid as a person. Anxiety didn't have the ability to grip me like it did before. I didn't feel paralyzed or crippled by it. I didn't have so much obsessive thinking. I didn't feel like there was a constant broken record in my mind playing the same thoughts over and over again, never finding any resolve. I felt like I could actually think a clear thought beginning to end. And there is literally science to back this. The science behind how alcohol affects our body, affects our minds, affects the chemicals in our brains, affects our hormones, etc. All of that, there's science behind it. So when you stop consuming poison, there's science behind what happens when you stop consuming poison. But it's one of those things that you just have to trust the process. And these are all things that solely happened because I stopped consuming poison. I didn't try to have less anxiety. No, when I took the alcohol away, which was causing the anxiety, naturally the anxiety took itself out. And the crazy thing is during my 10-year-long drinking career, I worked so hard to convince myself that the alcohol wasn't the issue. And somehow I could be that one off to outsmart the science, which obviously didn't happen.